Well, very good morning, and what a fabulous night's sleep. So quiet here, and yep, Sealshore Campsite definitely gets my seal of approval. Yeah, if you're visiting Arran, travel south to Lag and stay here. Incredible. Quite lovely. And on the Gulf Stream apparently, which is why there's palm trees growing here. Who'd have thought it, palm trees in the north of Scotland. Right, that's 17 miles north this morning, up the west side. I'm going to take a look at a stone circle. There's one that's very famous in stone circle appreciation circles, but that's halfway up a mountain. This one is a little bit closer to the main road, and then I'll make my way to Lochranza, where there's a campsite that's next to the bay. This is one of my favourite parts of doing a road trip. It's the first thing in the morning, setting off, especially if it's nice and early. Bit of a later start today because I haven't got a ferry to catch, so it's 8 minutes past 9. Still nice and early. I'm hoping that somewhere along the way I'll pass, like a village bakery possibly, or a butcher's. Might try to get some bacon and eggs. And despite me making my own sugar-free baked beans, I have an emergency ration tin of baked beans. I'm on holiday, that's my excuse. I think I can allow myself one tin of baked beans. And the weather has arrived just in time. Quite literally the day I set off to make my way to Scotland, the decent weather arrived. No, this isn't the Côte d'Azur. This is northern Scotland. I imagine in the winter, when it's raining and windy, it's a completely different vibe. This is what a road trip's all about for me. Riding a bike. The joy of riding one's motorcycle. I like twisty tarmac. Smooth twisty tarmac. Yeah, the landscape is changing again. I've read that Arran is right on a geological fault line, and it's made up of two chunks from two completely different areas of the planet. The northern half, where I'm heading, is originally from Canada, and you can actually see a marked difference in the rocks. Wow. Yeah, I was told this side of the island is the road is less used than the other. I can believe it, because that side is all like nice modern highway. This side is more as I imagined Arran would be. So it looks like the east side has been populated, and the west side is more original. Look how still the water is. It's shining. Someone's been out polishing the water. My God. It's so vast. And that over there is Kintyre, which is part of the Scottish mainland. Scotland certainly knows how to do dramatic. And talking of dramatic, there's the mountains in the distance. This half is a lot flatter, with more kind of hills and fells, and the northern half, apart from Canada, is very mountainous. Shushkin. Rather nice old church. When lights flash 20. I've got a feeling the sat-nav sent me on a little detour here. No complaints, because I'm now heading back to the main road that I was on. There's a wee bridge. Something I've noticed in all my travels over the years, whether it's by boat, camper van, motorcycle, is that according to the media, the entire world is in meltdown. Even in Britain, people are unhappy, they're arguing, crime, all kinds of despair. Yet in all my travels over the years, I've seen no sign of it anywhere. Anybody I have met and spoken to has been delightful, friendly. They all go about their business, their daily lives. Yet as soon as you look at the media, you're told a different story. Whether that's just me, maybe that's, the places I choose to go. I don't choose to go places where things are a little bit more desperate. I tend to be drawn to people of a similar mind, of a similar outlook, and that's reflected in their attitude. On the whole, a lot of the stuff in the media, especially online news, is clickbait. In the last 4 or 5 years, their favourite words are possibly, could, maybe, might. And 9 times out of 10, it typically turns out to be isn't, or doesn't, or didn't. But for years, I've survived without their advice and information. almost getting a bit off-roady, and that's something which I've seen in a lot of comments on other channels where they ride, you know, a BMW GS or a Honda Africa Twin. You'll see in the comments section endless, oh, so you ride a GS and you're not off-road, lightweight. I ride a GS because I like it. Pure and simple. Right, so along here somewhere is the stones. Is it a footpath? Yeah, Lochranza Stone Circle, 108 metres, pedestrian access only beyond this point, so you can walk it, right? So I'm going to walk it, and why not? Okie dokie, let's take a quick walk up there then. This is so remote up here. It strikes you. Ah, this is it. The ancient human obsession with making circles out of stones. Are they signalling to their alien forefathers, please land here? Yeah, well, this explains it. Welcome to Lochranza cairn. Someone important was buried here 4,000 years ago. Many people laboured to build this cairn, overlooking the waterways that linked Arran to the world beyond. Well, if I was going to be buried somewhere, I think it would have to be somewhere like this. What a place to spend eternity and the great beyond. Right, onwards to Lochranza. Pernmill, Lochranza, Blackwaterfoot, Lag. I don't intend to go off-road, but if these roads are anything to go by, I will have received the full off-road experience by the end of this trip. Well, there's some good camping spots at the side of the road there. So wild camping is possible. I think it would be a real privilege to live in an area like this. For me, all I would need within 10 or 20 miles is a decent supermarket, and that'd be it really. I can see why many writers and poets and artists have been inspired over the centuries by Arran, and I'm assuming all the other Scottish islands to come. It's always assumed that when you have a motorbike come up behind you that we're obviously in a rush because we're on a bike. Well, I'm in no rush. It's 60 mile an hour limit along here and I'm doing 35, which suits me down to the ground. This little area is called White Fireland. One takeaway for me from Arran is it's very sparsely populated, which I like very much. There's more greenery than there are man-made structures. A complete contrast to England. Scottish mainland, not so much. That tends to be the same. It's 99% wilderness. It's 4.5 miles to Lochranza, and I can just make out in the distance the ferry which goes to Kintyre, which I'll be catching tomorrow. Hopefully, because I haven't booked it yet. But it's not the silly season yet. It's not summer. It's not tourist season. Should be plenty of availability. Wow. I keep saying it, but I am lost for words. It's so expansive, there's so much of it, and it's so remote and peaceful that your mind just goes completely and utterly like in standby mode. Looks like a little fishing vessel out there. Oh wow. I've often thought about some old like wooden Dutch fishing trawler, like one of the ones from the 50s and 60s, or even something with a steel hull, which would be preferable. I've never owned a wooden hulled boat before, but steel hulled fishing boats are a lot more money, of course. Lochranza. And the port on the left. That's a tiny little one, isn't it? Oh wow. How neat is that? What an incredible little spot here. Hey, if ever I buy a fishing boat, this is where I'm mooring it. The other day at Kilburn Castle, there was a harbour nearby full of boats, and I said that's where I'd moor it. But no, this is where I'll moor it. It used to be Ullapool, which is staggering. So it's a toss-up between this place at the moment and Ullapool. There's the castle. Apologies if there's any wind on the microphone. I'm only going a short distance and I've got the helmet open because it's warming up quite nicely now. Well, I just got to check out this castle. Wow, this is what you call a location. So I would be quite happy to live here, I think. I mean, the price would be worth it just for the views alone.